Hey guys, I'm back with another awesome video about nutrition this time. I found a website called Lean It Up, and I will make sure that I give all the credit to them, and I'm going to post everything in the description below, that had an article about 9 faux health foods that blow you up is the title of the article. Basically, they've got so much fat or so much sugar that they kind of are counterproductive for what you're trying to do. So I'm going to go through some, and I'm not going to go through all of the ones that they had. I'm going to go through the ones that I had around my house and my kitchen. As you can see, I'm sitting in it, and I guess I'll dive in. So the first one is yogurt, and I got this Yoplait Simple, I guess is how you pronounce it. It's got like 6 ingredients in it or whatever. And yeah, so it's probably the most common. I definitely see the most commercials for it, and it's got a very big section at the grocery store, but it's got 24 grams of sugar in it. And this particular one has 200 calories and 7 grams of fat. So the thing to pay attention to here is the 24 grams of sugar. That is a lot of sugar for this little thing. Sugar, of the 6 ingredients, is actually the 3rd ingredient, which, just a little tidbit, if you're looking at the ingredients and sugar is the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd ingredient listed, that is like in order. It's in order of how much they've got in that food. So there's a lot of sugar in here. So you're going to eat it, and it's the same kind of sugar as eating a candy bar, where it's just going to go in, it's going to give you some fake energy, and your body's not going to really know what to do with it and store it as fat. And so yeah, I've cut Yoplait yogurt out of my diet, and I've actually have seen an improvement in just slimming down, but in a good way. Like, my muscles have become a lot more toned, and they've been more well defined since I've cut things like yogurt out of my diet. One of the alternatives, there's one that I can't pronounce, so I'm not even going to try, but the other one was just Greek yogurt, which is a little bit more expensive, so I haven't switched to Greek yet. I've just kind of started with cutting out the yogurt. But if you do happen to get Greek yogurt, that's a better alternative than just regular yogurt. Okay, number 2 was granola, and we've got it in this little Tupperware thing. My mom for a long time had like Special K, just granola, and I guess for those of you who don't know what granola looks like, I'm spilling it all over my computer. I'm in really weird lighting. Yeah, you've all seen granola before, but basically if you get just regular granola, 1 serving size is 1/3 of a cup. And in 1/3 of a cup, you have about 200 calories, 10 grams of fat, and 8 grams of sugar. For a little like cup of that, that's particularly a lot of calories. And secondly, that's a lot of sugar. It's the same sort of thing, especially like if you're putting granola in your yogurt, which is a very common thing to do. It's going to do the opposite of what you want it to do. There is nutritional value to it, but you kind of have to look at the proportions. Like, does the bad outweigh the good, or does the good outweigh the bad? And in my opinion, both yogurt and granola, the bad outweighs the good, so cut them out of my diet. Okay, we've got some cereal, and this is a really bad example of cereal because my mom does buy some really good, like, healthy cereal. But I've got just regular Special K, and the reason that they said to avoid cereal is because it is really highly processed, which is very true, but I guess I'll post the link to this below too. It's 60 like cereals that are really bad for you and 60 cereals that are really good for you. And the bad cereals, even though they do claim like on the commercials, because they've got all this whole grain and everything to be awesome for you, all of the Halloween, Halloween's next week, and so we've got like Count Chocula and Count or Blueberry and a third one. Anyway, those are absolutely awful for you. The regular ones like Lucky Charms have, with the marshmallows in them, that's awful for you. It's just tons of sugar, tons of processed sugar, which makes it even worse. so just avoid those. But yeah, if you do want to look at the cereals that are good for you, I will post a link for that below. Okay, we've got tuna salad. Well, this is just a can of tuna, which is not bad for you until you mix it with mayonnaise. And this is not, my mom is she's not a health nut, but she definitely tries to be healthy. We've got like heart disease in our family and stuff like that. And so this is olive oil mayonnaise, and it actually doesn't have, it's got 45 calories, 4 grams of fat, 2 grams of carbs, and less than 1 gram of sugar. So this really isn't that bad. But in the article, what it was more referring to was like if you get the pure mayonnaise, which is pretty much fat. I know even at Subway, health fast food, the most unhealthy thing on their menu is the tuna, because one of my friends has worked there for a long time, and when they get their tuna, they pretty much cut open the bag and dump it in like a vat of mayonnaise, which is really icky. So some alternatives to mixing it with mayonnaise would be like mashing up avocado and putting it in there, which I really want to try. Avocado is amazing for you. And plain yogurt. Watch the yogurt though. So like if you get plain Greek yogurt, that would probably be really good, and I would like to try that. And then one of the things that's actually not on the article, and probably most of you have already figured out by now, but I'm still going to say anyway, is Nutella. It's delicious. And I hate that I don't get to eat it anymore because it's so yummy. But they're actually being sued right now because they have claimed to be a health food and they're not. In 2 tablespoons, which is 1 serving size, there are 200 calories, 11 grams of fat, 22 grams of carbs, and 21 grams of sugar. That is outrageous. So I guess for me, like, it's better if you get, all of a sudden you get a chocolate craving, it's better to grab this than it is to grab a candy bar. Maybe. I don't know all of the nutrition facts of candy bars off the top of my head, but like I said with the yogurt, the first, second, or third ingredient, if it's sugar, avoid it. Sugar is the first ingredient on here. This is practically pure sugar. So if you put it on 2 pieces of toast every morning or whatever, you're going to see, you're going to get a little bit bloated. Your muscles are going to kind of lose their definition. So, and we don't want that. So I have cut Nutella out of my diet as well. And those were the ones that I had around the house. There are a few more that you can look on the website. I don't want to take all of the credit from them, but it's something that I was kind of surprised about, especially the yogurt and the granola, because I used to eat those all the time thinking that they were really healthy. But since I have cut them out of my diet, along with my exercising, my abs and my arms, like my underarms, and my legs going down like the side, they've gotten more defined, which is really good because, that was my goal, just to get really defined, get the body that I want. So it kind of stinks, but like I said, is the good worse than the bad, or is the bad worse than the good? That came out really wrong, but you understand what I'm saying. So those would be 9 faux health foods. Well, 1, 2, 3, 5 on mine, faux health foods that I have cut out of my diet. There are 4 more, probably more like 5 more on the actual website, which I will post the link below to. If you have any questions, or if you want to see like how to read nutrition labels, because it's actually something that's kind of tricky. It's like, oh, there are 11 grams of fat in this. I don't know what that means. Or what is more important to cut out of your diet than what? Comment below and I will make a video on that. If not, then I'll assume you're all great at reading nutrition labels and I won't waste your time. So I guess that's it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!